This looks like a Formula One car. It's an open cockpit, single-seat racer, and it shares a similar design, aside from the slightly squatter spoiler, more pronounced wheel covers, and the absence of a silly nose. But when you fire it up, things are slightly different, because this is a fully electric, zero-emissions Formula E racing car. And if you thought F1 sounded a bit different this year, just wait till you hear this. Rather than the silence you might have expected, this car produces a relatively high-pitched electric whine, although it's still less of an assault on the eardrums than its F1 counterpart, as it's about 50 decibels quieter. That's because instead of a 1.6 litre V6 turbo engine and two energy recovery systems, this car uses an electric battery, known as the Rechargeable Energy Storage System, or RES, to power the wheels via an electric motor. Now you may be wondering what this all means in terms of performance. Well, according to official figures, the maximum output of this all-electric powertrain when it comes to race day will be 200 kilowatts, which is the equivalent of 270 bhp. Flat out then, a Formula E car is expected to see off 0 to 62 miles per hour in approximately 3 seconds, before maxing out at an FIA limited top speed of 140 miles per hour. While this doesn't quite match up to what we've come to expect from F1, that's easily enough power to make things interesting when the first of the 10 city circuit races gets underway later this year in Beijing, as Edan's Formula E team co-founder and 4-time Formula One world champion Alain Prost cautiously agreed on the day.
Very pleased to see the car running here today. We expect to have a good series, good championship from September. We are all very curious about what's going to happen. It's a big challenge.
It's a big challenge for a number of reasons. Not only will practice, qualifying and the race all take place on the same day, drivers are also going to have to swap cars mid-race, a result of the limited battery life currently available. There'll also be a limit on power during the 1-hour races, again partly to save energy, but also to encourage overtaking, with drivers able to use a push-to-pass system to briefly access their car's full power, which serves a similar purpose to Formula One's DRS. Purists may argue that this isn't proper racing, or else complain about the perceived lack of performance. But Formula E isn't trying to rival F1. From mandatory pit stops, so drivers can change cars, to a short calendar of street-only races, this is an entirely different prospect. It's a unique contest between futuristic cars, one that could completely redefine how we view motorsport and the car itself.